Hello everyone, welcome to another video. If you're new here, my name's Caitlin. If you're not new here, you probably already knew that. But again, welcome to a video. Today I'm going to be showing you everything I eat in a day as a vegan, and I think it's gonna be good. So, if you're interested, you can stick around. Today I'm starting out my day with some iced chamomile tea. I woke up with my stomach, it didn't feel bad, but it felt kind of funky. And my mom always used to make me chamomile tea when I felt sick, so it's nostalgic and it makes me feel better. And then I also got some water over here. I'm about to do a morning workout, and then Dylan and I are just going to quickly get ready. I'll probably make a smoothie, take it with me, and go to the grocery store because our fridge is starting to look sparse. So that's the plan for this morning. Before we get into that, I did want to say, if you noticed in my last video that I got a new tattoo for my friend Parker. She's the one who did my fern tattoo, which is, let me focus on my arm. My fern tattoo is my older tattoo. Probably got it like a year and a half ago or so. And then I just got this one. It's ginkgo leaves. It's really like light and feathery and open. And I didn't really like make a big deal out of it because of coronavirus. Parker is actually one of my really good friends. So we were both socially distancing, and she just practiced on Dylan and me. We were the only people who interacted in like a 2-week period. But now Oregon is starting to slowly open up, and she and her tattoo studio are taking extra precautions to make sure everyone is safe during coronavirus. But, they also need to pay their rent, so they need to get back to work as soon as possible. Anyways, if you're interested now or in the future, I'll link her tattoo studio down below. But now, let's get into my morning routine that I just told you about. Maya! So we're back from the store. We unpacked everything, and I wanted to give you guys a garden update because things have definitely grown a lot since I filmed my garden tour video by like maybe a month ago. I'm not sure, but I'll show you. Okay, so our herbs are pretty much the same. Not a lot of changes there. Most of the changes are in the raised beds. So as you can see, Our greens bed is flourishing. This has been really great because honestly, it encourages me to eat a lot more greens than I might normally would. We basically don't buy any from the store anymore. We just get some spinach for our smoothies. But again, this is our Swiss chard, our kale. We got some, I'm not sure the types of lettuce, but lettuce, more lettuce, barking dog. This is red vein sorrel. And our romaine lettuce has really taken off. I think it's so fun how they grow up. This one has gone a little lopsided, so I just put a stick in the ground next to it to keep it straight. Our Romanesco is in these plants. As you can see, we've got some baby heads. This one is a little bigger. So those are growing along nicely. Back here, I don't think I told you the first time. I can't remember. We planted a honeysuckle vine. It was a small plant. It's definitely growing up, which is nice. Our tomatoes have grown some. They're probably the thing that's grown the least. Let me see. We have a few back here. We have some like yellow ones you can see off in the distance, some green ones. Got some more on this plant. Last year tomatoes exploded, but it was a later season, so I think they're still going to grow, do their thing. Then on this side of the house, we have our beets. I think we needed to thin them, but we haven't done that yet. So our beets are looking good. Our snap peas are starting to grow. This side of the house gets less sun, so they're definitely growing a little slower. But as you can see here, we've got some blossoms. And, oh, right here we have a pea. So we're getting a few peas on this side of the house. On the other side, which I'll show you right now, has a little more. Hi, Maya. Excuse me. You are in my way. Maya has been eating the snap peas, actually, which has not been cool. So anyways, moving on. First, I'll just show you, since it's on the way to our giant rice bed, our blueberries are doing really well. They're starting to turn a little bit more blue, so we think we're going to be able to harvest a few soon. These, we have a few on here that are pretty much done, like that one right there. And then we got that other bush there. This is one of the 2 plum trees we planted, and we're not expecting to get a lot of fruit this year just because it's the first year we're planting it, but I think we have around 5 plums on here. They're green plums. This one looks a little shriveled. That doesn't look so good. But this one is growing along, so there's that. Our big rice bed, as you can see, we definitely crammed everything in there, but everything's still growing well, so, you know, can't complain. Our cabbage is starting to form heads. There's 2 more back there. And then these are our green beans. They've definitely grown a lot. They're starting to bud and form flowers, so I think eventually, pretty soon, the green beans are going to start growing. Our snap peas, we had some beets in there. These are beet greens right here, but the snap peas kind of covered them. But our snap peas have been growing really well. You can probably see through here. We've got like one there, here. They're kind of everywhere. I put a bucket on this side and something on this side to get Maya to stop from eating them. They're falling over in the other side as well. We also harvested some of our cauliflower. So there were 2 plants here. We already harvested those. Here is one growing away. We need to harvest that soon. And then there's one more in here. There's one more back here, but it doesn't get a lot of sun, so it's pretty small. So be a little while for that one. Our other plum tree, I think it had 1 fruit on it, but it fell off, so no fruit on that one this year. And then last but not least, we have all of our pepper plants over here. We planted in some cucumbers as well. The vines are growing nicely. We haven't gotten any blooms yet. And our peppers are growing pretty well. Some bugs have definitely been eating them. We've gotten a few blossoms. These 2 are jalapenos, and they've been doing the best. I don't think we have any actual... Oh, there's one tiny pepper. So like I mentioned, we actually already cut off 2 of our 4 cauliflowers that we've been growing, and now we need to take the actual plant out of the ground because it's not going to grow anything else. But the leaves are actually edible, so I've been leaving them in the ground because I needed to go to the grocery store. My friend Liz told me that you can actually make kimchi using the cauliflower leaves, so we're gonna try that now. First, I gotta do some work for the blog though, or I have been doing. I just made this pan-grilled corn salsa. The recipe is going to be up on my blog by the time this video is up, so I'll link it down below. It's really, really good. And pan-searing the corn, it makes it taste so much better. Not that it wouldn't taste good before, but you know. So we got the kitchen mess here. I forgot to get tortilla chips at the grocery store, so I had to make my own using corn tortillas. So I baked those in the oven. We've been snacking on that. Dylan thought this wasn't enough, so he made more, and they're definitely burned. They look like cocoa powder tortillas.
They are crispy.
With lots of salt.
They're crispy.
They're crispy. Okay. Now we're going to use this. We have some leftover black beans, so we're going to make some burrito bowls for lunch. So we reheated our beans and rice together in one pan. That's all on the bottom. And then I should have gotten a bigger bowl. I topped it with some veggies. Dylan sauteed zucchini, red bell pepper, and mushrooms. Then I'm going to add my corn salsa. Probably add more. And top it off with a little bit of fresh cilantro. Wish we had avocado, but they were expensive this week, so we didn't get any. So we're gonna have this, probably add some hot sauce, and then snack on more of those corn chips and the corn salsa. So, the cabbage kimchi. One, I left the cabbage plants outside after I pulled them out of the garden, and then Maya ate some of them. So I harvested the leaves that were still good, and I still have to clean them and stuff, and I was gonna start making it, but I'm actually meeting my friend, and we're taking the dogs for a socially distanced walk on a trail near our house. So I don't have time to make it anymore right now. Hopefully I don't get back too late. I'm just gonna start it with dinner. I prepped a few things. I'm just gonna put them in the fridge for now, and then when I get back, I'm gonna make everything. Hopefully it's not too late. And I still have to clean off the cabbages too. I might ask Dylan to do that. Dylan?
What?
Can you clean the cabbage leaves for me while I am gone?
Sure.
Oh, thanks. Hello, I am back from the walk. It was great. And now I am in kimchi prepping mode, and I totally acknowledge the fact that I should have done this earlier in the day, but I let the day get away from me. So now we're gonna be making some late night kimchi. So I've just been prepping everything. I'll show you what I've got going on right now. So Dylan graciously washed all of those cauliflower leaves. So I chopped all of them up, including the stems. I massaged them in salt. I'm making a double batch. So I just put it in two separate bowls because I don't have a bowl that's big enough for both of them. And now I have to let this sit for 1 to 2 hours. But in the meantime, I went ahead and prepped the rest of the ingredients. I'm following my friend Elisa's recipe, which is on her blog. I'm just substituting Napa cabbage, which is traditional for kimchi, with the cauliflower leaves. So she calls for using an apple, green onions, garlic, ginger. Did a little extra ginger. Oh, that's okay though. And then we're also going to be using some glutinous rice flour, miso paste, Korean red chili flakes, which is gochugaru, soy sauce, and some water. I think that's it. While this sits, I'm going to make the paste to mix into the kimchi. And I guess I'll just keep you guys updated. I also gotta make dinner. I also meant to talk a little bit about kimchi. So if you've never had kimchi before, it's a traditional side dish from Korea. It's a Korean food, and there are a ton of different ways to make it. So one kimchi recipe sort of isn't the like be all end all. Definitely not traditionally made with cauliflower leaves though. Napa cabbage is kind of central in it. But my friend Liz, who has been on my YouTube channel before, she lives in Australia. Her Instagram is It's Liz Mew. She's Loud Noodle on here. You guys check her out. She's really freaking awesome. But she messaged me on Instagram when she saw my garden, and she said that we could use the leftover cauliflower leaves to make kimchi. So she inspired this, and then I looked at my friend Lisa's blog to learn how to properly make kimchi according to how she makes it. I'm recording from my phone because I don't feel like getting my camera out again. But I should totally be preparing dinner right now, but I just feel kind of lazy and don't want to make dinner right now. So instead I'm eating an apple, and I drank half of a strawberry kombucha and split the other half with Dylan. I don't know what to make for dinner. When in doubt, just make pasta with vegetables. I sauteed some garlic, Castelvetrano olives, I think I'm saying that right, and mushrooms together. Then I let it simmer in this marinara sauce. Cooked some of this pasta, drained it, didn't rinse it. Adding it in, gonna let it sit for a minute or two. And it's a quick and easy dinner. We're also roasting some cauliflower in the air fryer too, so I'll show you what everything looks like once it's done. Got my bowl of pasta here, just topped it with some nutritional yeast. Dylan's over there, and then we're going to share. This is our cauliflower. This is actually some purple cauliflower that we grew in our garden. I cooked it a little too long in the air fryer, so the ends are a little crispy, but it's still gonna be good. So it's a very fuss-free man dinner. Not really too hungry for dessert, so I'm going to have some of these blackberries that I got at the grocery store today, and then a few squares of this almond sea salt dark chocolate bar. Kimchi update, I rinsed this well, drained it, so now all the cabbage, cauliflower, whatever, fits into one bowl. And then I blended up all of my ingredients to make my kimchi paste. Can't grab that, depth perception not good. It tastes really good. So we're gonna add that to the bowl, and then we're also going to be adding in our green onions, daikon, and carrot. We're gonna massage it. Lisa recommends using gloves because it can be really hot and spicy. All right, here's my giant bowl of massaged kimchi. It obviously looks a little darker because of the cauliflower leaves, and it stained my gloves. So FYI, don't use gloves you care about for this. So now I'm going to pack this into these 2 mason jars. I'm gonna try to get it to all fit in there at least. So wish me luck. Okay, kimchi is complete. This jar is pink, so it looks a little bit more red. But I really packed it down with the gloves so that way when, as you can see, there's just a layer of liquid on the top for the most part. So none of the veggies are exposed, which will preserve it for longer, or like while it's fermenting. So now we're gonna store these in a cool place for 2 days. I added a little extra baby jar there because I had some extra. And then we'll check on them, see if they're tangy enough. If not, we can let it go a little longer, or just put it in the fridge where it lasts kind of indefinitely. I really don't feel like holding my camera anymore. Okay, so I'm just gonna kneel on the floor, and it's whatever. So it's my bedtime now. I've already said this, but if you plan to make kimchi, just do it earlier in the day. Don't do it around dinner time because you have to wait for things. Obviously, it's just like trying to make sourdough later in the day. Doesn't really make sense, but sometimes you do it anyways. That's all from me for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I've been having a lot of fun sort of exploring ways to incorporate our garden food into recipes that are not necessarily traditional, or use parts of our veggies that aren't necessarily something you would see in the grocery store. Like the leaves for the cauliflower and cabbage plants are edible, and that's all I've really done so far. But if I come up with anything else, I'll share it with you guys on here too. I hope you guys are having an awesome day and continue to have one. Yeah, I think that's it. Like, subscribe, comment, you know the drill. You've heard every YouTuber say it. I'm gonna end the video. Have a great day. I will see you virtually soon. Bye.